Okay, guys, I want to talk about how I can explain more a little bit right now, which is what I want to do. Right, I've just done 2 video edits this time, two 2-minute warm up videos. I didn't like how it was going. I'm honest. So, occult means cult, and yeah, that's about it. So occult means don't tell people about it that aren't in the cult. So am I part of any cult? Not at all. Am I disliked by cults? Probably at this point. What was my technique? Always be high at some point in the week, and just don't tell the cults about other cults, because I thought initially as a kid cults were evil because of propaganda, socialization, etc. Now I can see it as a way to help people while maintaining respect, because you actually believed you worked to a certain point. And if it's a good one, you'll have good administration that will not allow high ranks to turn evil, have always been evil and are waiting for freedom, and start exploiting people with high devotion to people that have been trusted by the initial leader, which was the case with the Kindle one from the last video. Um, the Kindle one from the last video, and there was someone in my perception who was exploiting the devotion of others extremely from a good book in what I know to be not good ways. But I don't know how to talk about it, because that's part of it. They keep anonymity from people till they officially join. Because I'm a thief, I just keep items. Let's be honest, just keep items. 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 Do I use these? Actual answer, no. I'm just really broke right now. So not yet, potentially. So yeah, so see right here, the video camera's been on this the whole time. This is the factory location of where they make this. This one is very touchy to me in my personal opinion, because it was brought in through a family friend. And the whole family knows about it, and it's about a few families that know about it, right? Why would I reveal them? Because overall I'm a masochistic person. To take the oath to yourself of to be a thief of 5 cults and not tell the cults about the other cults. You get no rewards, man. You have to join, and then you get your reward. I just snagged items of information. You want to find out where they make this aromatherapy stuff? Here. Sad part, I really believed in this guy, and I still do. But what is an oath? What is a creed? I've learned not to do such a thing. Right? And this could always be considered an eternal failure, because information has already been spread to certain people. Right? And these are the type of things they tell you. As a psychologist, someone who has a BA in psychology, just gonna say, overall, it sounds like it's a bad thing if they're hiding things. Initial theory, nihilism, why I got into cults. Positive, negative nihilism. First negative, then positive, then forced negative. Because I was a good person. I was a positive overall, if things were right. So nihilism means that you don't care about anything because no one cares about anything. Positive means you use that somewhat sociopathic, psychopathically to your advantage to make money, finances. That's positive nihilism on a spectrum for everyone. Negative nihilism is I'm sad because no one cares about everything, which is on the spectrum for everyone. Learning about those was interesting. And then because I got sad because of things I did during positive nihilism phase for me, I made a creed that, I just never want to agree with idolization as a philosophy in general. And cults were the thing of that, so I said, well, occult means to not talk about it, so I'll just join 5 cults and not talk about it, right? Even between them. So, at this point, I'm not part of any cults. Don't expect any new information, new field research. It was just too much because you see people that are good and evil commit, rise the ranks, get rewards, and you're just the thief of 5. And I'm still happy I took that creed because, again, I don't suggest this to anyone because you have to take such traumatic tortures and desensitizations in general. It's not worth any of these, man. And this one's touchy because this is the one I understand the most in terms of, like, but man, it's like, and someone who, like, you can't take it away from and is the nicest person of all time. And that's the only thing she asks, right? And it's like, I still care about this person so much. Like, actually, like, in, like, such a plutonic family way. Like, it's not even explicable. And it's just that, like, this is the lady I was talking about who used to have pictures of her family on the wall, then more pictures of this guy who's not this guy. And now there's more pictures, less pictures of family. Now there's no space on the wall. There's just pictures of that guy. And she's happier. My aromatherapy that I noticed with this is I was living a pretty decent halfway life. I put this in my room. All I wanted to do was be in my room. It calmed me down, but it made me feel null, but very happy and peaceful. From a cultural perspective, I got this from a very nice man, and what if I use other scents to cover up this scent? The obvious thing is to throw out this box, but this box is so strong that even through the box, I haven't even opened it. It has changed my mood permanently since I put it in my house. Since that point, like, so definitively that I feel weird throwing it out. And I don't know if it's the aromatherapy or the connection to the person, right? So this is what I'm trying to say. It's not fun stuff. And I'm definitely not saying if you do it, get some rewards. That's not even the way to go about it, really, if you want to go up. But as I said, usually good people have great minds. And the evil people steal their credit and use it for exploitation. According to Animal Farm, a simple Napoleon snowball metaphor, which is not the only concept of evil, but useful here in cults in general. If that happens to a cult, I don't know. I don't know anything. Let's be honest. What do I know? Hi. So, yeah. What did I notice today? The mixture of 2 strong feelings in one makes a material object hard to throw out. What does Buddhism tell me overall? Throw everything out. I have a foot disability. That makes it hard to throw everything out. I think what's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to throw everything out that isn't worth money. Put everything that's worth money in a box. And use Kijiji or something, But I gotta get rid of this too. And it shouldn't matter about the initial thing because the initial thing of the reason I care about it has nothing to do with this. So as you can see, I've lived in China for about a month and a little bit. I do not speak good Chinese. I'm sorry. I literally lived in the expat area temporarily in the middle of it. Sorry about that. Anyway, what I'm saying is it's just like I meditated a lot there. I saw a lot of pagodas. I did a lot of meditation in certain places that I respected myself very much. And I do like Buddhism as an overall agnostic tool better than any other to understand, like the spirituality of, things we don't understand, you know? Because what if it's just something you don't understand? No reason to get angry, no reason to get violent, no reason to get authoritarian or assertive, actually, which can escalate things a lot quicker than most people realize, um, including with myself. And it's very hard to control in certain emotional states, but professionals should be professionals, and customers should be customers. And yeah, all I'm saying is sometimes I used to judge people by what they do. Now I judge people by what they want. I'm a person too. I'm one being. That's kind of part of the journey. I'm sorry about it. But you're going to have, if you want any more videos, which they're coming anyway, I'm sorry. Thank you. And if they're coming anyway, part of a cult is learning about people. People that are bad in cults exploit learning what they learn about people. People who are good in cults use what they learn about people to try to help them. People that are really bad use one or the other to try to manipulate someone. The reason for manipulation, as long as it's not dog eat dog, true love and war, and how can anyone define that, which is way too gray, especially at a legal level, defined by what a law and a certain bylaw says, or a certain law says, or a certain bill says, or a certain amendment says, or a certain country says, or a certain union says. It's a bit ridiculous to me how this causes war here in this piece of ground, but not on this piece of ground, even if it's so close away, like the United States, And it's not the guns, man. It's really not. Hatred can go generations, man. I've heard of it. I've heard of some shit from old guys. British old guys. I'm not talking about that. Alright, so, yeah, sorry for the elongated video. I'm pretty tired, but I thought this was a good train of thought just to verify that, you have to learn about the person. So, open comment here, open warning symbol, is if this information makes you research something, I've always overall not suggested it. I'm just trying to exit somehow therapeutically to myself, which includes philanthropy for anyone who kind of wants to understand the overall thing. What I'm getting at is that all these religious sects, which I don't have on the table, you got to watch the previous video, all these religious sects that are far deeper than this box and are connected to every major religion in terms of sects, 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 sex. Oh my God, sects. I'm sorry. All major religions have sects that overall have for generations have been hidden occultly, and they have talked and communicated before. That's the overall purpose. This is as far as I can get, man. Because I can't rejoin these guys. I gave you guys the motherfucking address of the factory of this stuff that makes me feel different from the box. You want to believe it? Cool. You don't want to believe it? I don't want you to research it. You actually believe it? I really don't want you to research it. Research it? Yes. Get this box? No. 100 word recommendation on this box? No. Okay. So there you go. That's my product review of this cult item. That's a joke. I'm just very monotone and tired. Sorry.